Keanu Reeves is not the kind of celebrity who demands attention. Instead, he earns it through stillness, humility, and consistency. Across decades of fame, he has remained an outlier in an industry built on excess, choosing restraint over spectacle and sincerity over self-promotion. Audiences admire him not only for his films, but for the calm decency he seems to carry into every room. His performances often reflect a man observing the world carefully, absorbing pain and beauty without exaggeration. In a culture that rewards noise, Keanu's silence feels almost radical. He represents a version of success that isn't loud or transactional, but rooted in presence and respect. Over time, people haven't just followed his career, they've grown emotionally invested in the person he appears to be. His story resonates because it mirrors a deeply human truth, that kindness, when practiced consistently, becomes its own form of legacy. Born between worlds, Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon, a place shaped by movement, contrast, and layered histories. From the beginning, his life existed between cultures and identities. His name, derived from Hawaiian, translates to cool breeze over the mountains, a poetic image that would later feel uncannily appropriate. His early years were marked by change rather than permanence, as his family moved frequently across continents. His father's absence became one of the earliest defining elements of his childhood, leaving unanswered questions and emotional gaps that never fully closed. Raised primarily by his mother, Patricia Taylor, Keanu learned adaptability early, absorbing the idea that stability was something internal rather than external. Home was not a fixed address, but a temporary arrangement, and relationships often felt provisional. These formative experiences quietly shaped his worldview, teaching him self-reliance and emotional sensitivity long before fame entered his life. A childhood without anchors. Growing up, Keanu rarely stayed in one place long enough to feel rooted. Frequent relocations meant repeated goodbyes to schools, friends, and routines, each departure reinforcing the idea that nothing was guaranteed to last. Stepfather figures came and went, offering brief glimpses of structure before disappearing again. Amid this uncertainty, Keanu found comfort in small, dependable presences, grandparents, caregivers, and moments of quiet observation. Rather than rebelling against instability, he learned to coexist with it, developing a reflective inner life. This environment nurtured empathy. When nothing feels permanent, one learns to value what exists in the moment. He wasn't raised with grand expectations or assurances of success, only the understanding that life could change suddenly. That awareness, while difficult, fostered a maturity beyond his years. It taught him to listen closely, to avoid entitlement, and to treat people gently, lessons that would later define both his career and his character. Learning beyond the classroom. School was not an easy place for Keanu. Dyslexia made traditional learning frustrating, and academic structures often failed to recognize his strengths. He moved through multiple schools, rarely staying long enough to build confidence or consistency. Yet outside the classroom, he discovered spaces where focus and discipline felt natural. Ice hockey became one of those spaces. As a goalie, he learned to remain calm under pressure, absorbing chaos so others didn't have to. The position suited his temperament, quiet, watchful, and resilient. Theater later offered a different kind of refuge. Acting allowed him to step into other lives, to understand emotions from the inside out, and to express what words on a page sometimes denied him. Performance wasn't about attention, it was about connection. In those moments on stage, Keanu found clarity. He wasn't escaping his life so much as learning how to make sense of it through empathy and imagination. Friendship and sudden loss. Behind the scenes, friendships mattered deeply to Keanu. One of the most meaningful was his bond with River Phoenix. Their connection was built on shared values, creative curiosity, and mutual respect in an industry that often felt hollow. Rivers' sudden death in 1993 was a profound shock, not only because of its timing, but because it shattered the illusion of continuity. Grief arrived without warning and lingered quietly. Keanu didn't publicize his pain, but it altered him. He became more inward, more deliberate. Loss taught him that time is fragile and relationships are irreplaceable. Rather than withdrawing from the world, he carried that awareness forward. He learned that success could not shield anyone from grief, and that fame offered no protection against heartbreak. This understanding deepened his compassion, shaping the way he interacted with others and reinforcing the belief that presence mattered more than recognition. Devotion beyond the spotlight. While his career advanced, Keanu's priorities remained deeply personal. When his sister Kim faced serious illness, he shifted his life to support her. Caregiving became an act of love rather than obligation. He adjusted his schedule, his living situation, and his focus without hesitation. During this period, fame receded into the background. What mattered was showing up, consistently, patiently, and without expectation of acknowledgement. When financial success followed later, he chose to use it quietly. Contributions to medical research were made without public credit, reflecting a belief that generosity didn't require an audience. For Keanu, care was never transactional. It was simply what love demanded. This chapter of his life reinforced a principle he has carried ever since, that real strength is demonstrated not through grand gestures, but through sustained presence. It's an ethic that informs how he treats colleagues, strangers, and the world at large. Living with grief, personal loss revisited Keanu's life in ways that reshaped his emotional landscape. Rather than turning away from grief, he learned to live alongside it. He has spoken openly about the idea that sorrow doesn't disappear, it changes form. This acceptance allowed him to continue working, forming relationships, and engaging with life without denial. His performances grew richer, infused with an understanding that joy and pain often coexist. He never presented himself as healed or untouched, but as present. That honesty resonated with audiences who recognized their own struggles in his quiet resilience. Instead of using work to escape grief, he used it to remain connected to the world. Over time, this balance became part of his identity. He didn't rush healing or romanticize suffering. He simply acknowledged loss as part of the human experience and chose daily to remain open despite it. Redefining success. Despite immense financial success, Keanu's lifestyle has remained intentionally modest. He moves through the world without entourage or pretense, often unnoticed by choice. Acts of generosity toward crews, collaborators, and strangers are performed without announcement. He believes recognition should be shared, not concentrated. On film sets, he's known for listening, thanking people by name, and ensuring others feel valued. Wealth to him is a tool rather than a trophy. He measures success not by accumulation, but by the ability to ease another person's burden. This philosophy extends beyond money. It's reflected in how he gives time, attention, and respect. In an industry driven by image, Keanu's authenticity stands out because it isn't curated. It's consistent. His choices suggest that fulfillment comes not from being admired, but from living in alignment with one's values. Companionship and growth. Later in life, Keanu found companionship rooted in mutual respect and shared creativity. His relationship with Alexandra Grant emerged organically from friendship, collaboration, and trust. There was no rush, no performance, just connection. Together, they model a partnership that values individuality rather than completion. Their presence in public spaces feels natural, unforced, and grounded. This chapter reflects a man who understands that love doesn't erase the past, it expands the present. Keanu's openness to connection, even after loss, speaks to emotional courage. He doesn't seek to replace what was lost, but to honor it while continuing forward. Their relationship represents growth without erasure, companionship without dependency. It's a reminder that love can be quiet, supportive, and deeply sustaining. In choosing partnership on his own terms, Keanu demonstrates that fulfillment often arrives when expectation gives way to authenticity. The quiet legacy. Keanu Reeves' legacy isn't defined solely by box office numbers or iconic roles, but by the way he moves through the world. He embodies a form of heroism rooted in humility, consistency, and care. His life illustrates that suffering doesn't disqualify one from kindness, it can deepen it. He has shown that gentleness is not weakness, and that integrity doesn't require recognition. Through decades of change, loss, and success, he has remained present, curious, and compassionate. His story resonates because it feels attainable, not extraordinary. It suggests that meaning is built through daily choices, to listen, to give, to remain open. In a world often obsessed with spectacle, Keanu Reeves stands as a reminder that the most enduring influence is quiet, that living well isn't about avoiding pain, but about carrying it with dignity and still choosing each day to care.